Hello, I'm Mark from M.A.R.CO Furniture Restoration and Refinishing in Kempville. I'm just working on a table here presently, and this table was in a fire. I may have shown you in an earlier video, and because of the heat of the fire, I think it's developed a lot of cracks. So this is a very, very heavy table. It would weigh, my guess, 300 pounds easy. It's a very heavy table. It's heavy wood. And you can see here, if you take a look right here, where we've had to fill the cracks. You can see when you're filling a crack, all the way along here, there was a fine crack, that a lot of the filler is actually into the grain, if you see it here. Now, here's a little trick I'm going to show you, because if you don't do this and you go to stain it, what people do and what I've seen done, and I felt it on tables that have gone somewhere else for refinishing, is that somebody will take the sander, you'll see that, and they'll take the sander and they'll sand that until they get that out. But what they're doing is they're sanding one spot. So eventually, if they did that the whole table, your table is going to go like this. You won't really see it till the finish is on there. You'll be able to feel it. So what I want to show you is a very simple trick. All these fillers are water soluble. So simply take a rag. You can give it a quick sand to get it to this stage, but don't continue to sand. You're just going to make a mess. You're going to actually, the table will flash. It'll look, I would be able to tell that somebody did it and did it that way. So what I want to show you is just a very simple thing. If you look over here, I've already done it. I've already completed it, right? And you can see it's a different color because the water hasn't dried yet, but as you can see, there's nothing in those cracks anymore. So now I can sand that. I don't have to spend all the time and I don't have to ruin the table. And I just want to show you right here how simple it is. You see all these marks. So simply take a damp cloth. It doesn't have to be wet. You don't want it wet. You don't want to stain the table. And simply just go over that mark. It's water soluble, so it's really what you're doing is reactivating and removing it. And it's much easier to do it this way than to try and sand that all out. You're going to do much less damage this way. And you can see all of that is gone. It's on the rag along with some of the dust. But now you can see I'm going to be able to sand that. I'm not going to go through all the sandpaper. I'm not going to ruin the table. And while I'm doing this, I might as well show you something else. A lot of times we get a customer comes in, and this could be their table, and they say, I want it to go lighter than it is. Well, you have to go with the color of the wood. You can see just by simply adding water how it's changed the color. This is being stripped, the finish is off it, that is the color of the wood. So if you have a customer, if you're doing it yourself and you want to figure out what color, simply take a damp cloth after the finish is off it, put it on the table, and just give it a bit of a wipe. It's going to absorb the water, it's going to change the color. So even if you just used a clear coat on here, that's the color you're going to get. It's not going to go any lighter. So, two little tricks today. This one here, it seems very little. There's not much of a trick, but if you go the opposite way and you want to do it with a sander, you'll see the end result. You'll see it's going to flash. Anyways, I'm Mark from M.A.R.CO Furniture Refinishing in Kempville. Have a great day.